Once upon a time, there was a young monk who was very talkative. He loved to chat with the other monks, and he was always full of stories and opinions. One day, the old monk called him over and said, "My son, you should learn to be silent." The young monk was confused. "But why, master?" he asked. "Silence is golden," the old monk replied. "When you are silent, you can listen to the wisdom of the universe. You can also learn to control your mind and your emotions." The young monk was not convinced, but he decided to give silence a try. He went to his room and sat down on his meditation cushion. He closed his eyes and tried to focus on his breath. At first, it was difficult to be silent. His mind was racing with thoughts. But after a while, he began to calm down. The young monk continued to meditate every day. He learned to silence his mind and focus on the present moment. He also began to listen to the wisdom of the universe. He heard the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, the birds singing in the morning, and the crickets chirping at night. He felt the sun on his skin and the breeze on his face. One day, the young monk was meditating when he had a sudden realization. He understood that the universe was speaking to him all the time, but he had been too busy talking to listen. He realized that the power of silence was to open his mind and heart to the wisdom of the world around him. From that day on, the young monk became more mindful of his words. He only spoke when he had something important to say. He also learned to listen more carefully to others. The old monk was very proud of his pupil. He knew that the young monk had learned the true power of silence. Here are some examples of situations where silence can be more effective than speaking. When you are angry or upset, it is better to take a few deep breaths and calm down before saying anything. When you are listening to someone else's story, it is important to be silent and give them your full attention. When you are in a conflict with someone, it can be helpful to take a break and come back to the conversation later with a clear mind. When you are trying to focus on a task, it is important to minimize distractions and noise. When you are feeling overwhelmed, it can be helpful to find a quiet place to sit and meditate. Silence can be a powerful tool for communication, understanding, and personal growth. When we learn to be silent, we can open ourselves up to new possibilities and a deeper connection to the world around us.